Okay, you know, I mean, I was hurt. I can't deny it. I thought John was my friend, you know. I let him play with me scale tricks, you know. I even gave him my last Rolo, you know. But
do you think you were hard done by not being allowed to stay in the group?
Okay, I might say yes.
So, do you think you could have done any of the things that Ringo did in subsequent years?
Okay, I'd say yes, is the answer to
Thomas the Tank Engine?
Okay, I'd say yes.
So would you like to have a little go now?
Okay.
Thomas the effeminate tank engine rolled into the station. Okay. Puff, 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 said the fat controller. I'll show you Goggy, you fat controller, said Thomas. Okay.
We asked the Beatles' first manager, Alan Williams, what he really thought of John Lennon in those early days.
Well, to start with, John was always mocking me. That was the thing about him. He always mocked me, day in, day out, without fail.
What way did he mock you?
Well, he used to take the mickey out of my complexion for some reason. For instance, I'd say to them, I've got to go out to the Blue Angel, but I'll be back at 10 o'clock. And he'd say, we'll catch up with you then. You see what he did there? Catch up. Because of the red face. I knew what he was doing. I wasn't stupid.
So, George Martin, why do you think Pete Best was sacked?
Well, I personally think it was because he formed the Pete Best combo, and I don't think the other boys were too impressed by that.
Didn't he form the Pete Best combo after he was sacked?
I never realised that, but yes, I think you're right. Can he be reinstated? Can he?
Well, somebody said, let's get Starr in the group, and the only Starr I knew was Freddie Starr, so I asked him.
So, Freddie Starr, when...
Excuse me a minute.
So, Freddie, can you remember the moment that John Lennon asked you to be in the group?
Well, to be honest, it wasn't John Lennon who asked me. It was a 150-year-old Indian sitting outside a wigwam that asked me, And he said,
"How is that man with forked tongue will ask you to be in the greatest group in the world?"
And that's what he said,
And what did the man with the forked tongue say, Freddie?
Well, he said, "There won't be a group or what?" And to be honest with you, on the one hand, I was quite pleased, but on the other hand, I've got 4 fingers and a thumb.
So, George Martin, what are your early memories of those days?
Well, I mean, in those days, there were 5 of the boys. There was John, Paul, George, Pete, and Stuart as well. He was there.
Ah, you mean Stuart Sutcliffe?
No, Stuart Hall, the future presenter of It's a Knockout. He was a wonderful boy, and yes.
I just hated the way he was laughing all the time, for the least little thing, if one of us fell over, it was a joke, I just knew we had to go, okay? Just look at the Belgians!
So then John and I went round to Ringo's house.
So, Ringo, when did you first find out that the boys wanted you in the group?
Well, I was sitting at home watching TV, and the doorbell went. Because they'll nick anything round our way. And it was John and Paul. They were standing there. And I said to them, no autographs. This is a warning, And they said, are you in? And I said, of course I am. I'm answering the door. And they said, no, are you in? I said, yes, I'm here. And they said, no, are you in the group? And I said, I'd love to be. So then Brian Epstein, he said, shave your beard off and comb your hair forward and wear this dress, which I thought, was a bit strange.
I mean, Paul and I, we like writing songs, but we're always struggling with the words,
Okay, John, but what about this one? Well, she was just 17, like to keep her bedroom clean.
Oh, no, I don't think so, do you? No.
What about, well, she was just 17, was a fan of Mr. Bean.
Yeah, but he's not going to be big for another 30 years, is he? I just don't think this is going to work, you know what I mean? Like, I just...
That's it,
What?
that's the one.
What?
Well, she was just 17, you know what I mean.
Like? Yeah, I think it's the like that makes it,
I think so too. That's
Okay,
the one.
that's the one, right? Okay.
Because I was the Beatles road manager, I used to have to drive them around everywhere, and I remember once we were trying to find the Aintree Institute. We couldn't find it, and I said to this guy, I said, where is he, and he said, well, carry on to the lights, and, turn right, carry on to the next lights, turn right, go down to a junction, turn right, traffic lights, turn right, and go down for about 300 yards, and you should be able to find it, And I said to him, hang on a minute. I said, if we do that, we'll end up back here. And he said, yeah, I know. He said, the Aintree Institute is just across the road, So we did have many happy times, I can remember,
Well, when the boys first came to me, I wasn't really looking at them as a group. I mean, I was looking for a Cliff Richard, but I couldn't see one.
So then Brian Epstein rang up Cliff and asked him if he'd like to be in the group.
So, Cliff, how did you feel when you were asked to join the boys?
Well, to be honest with you, I wasn't interested at all.
Well, why was that?
Well, because one had the Shads, of course.
Oh, dear. Do you think it was something you'd eaten?
No, the Shads is my backing group, the Shadows. And it was simply fantastic, of course. And then, of course, at that time, I was finding the one thing that I've been searching all my life for, which was simply wonderful, I have to say.
Do you mean God?
No, I mean oneself, because I bought my first full-length mirror, and it was simply fantastic. I always remember I stood there naked in front of it, and I got all aroused. And I looked down and I said, it's okay, it's only me, silly. But it was wonderful, happy times. And I do love me. Obviously they got rid of me. I got a job as a Rolf Harris lookalike,
Can you tell what it is yet?
Okay, so we had our little group, So all we needed to do now was conquer England, That was all important, We knew we were going to be big, okay?